Shalom. Call Halimla Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And a sincere Shalom to the 144,000 and 1/3. Now, if you been not living under a rock the past decade, technology has advanced rapidly. Now Elon Musk with Tesla, with Neuralink, I should say. I think it's a separate company under Elon Musk. Neuralink, which is extremely advanced beast type technology where they merge man with machine. There's individuals that have taken part in this technology, and they are capable of using their mind to do things with electronic devices. For example, you could play a video game with your mind, just thinking. You could potentially, I think they had monkeys. I think Elon Musk said in the pilot of Neuralink, they have monkeys purchasing things from Amazon. So your mind is going to merge with the internet. Your mind is essentially going to become like a phone, which in turn makes your body like a phone, which means you can be hacked and controlled. That something Harari, that dude said humans are now hackable. He said that back in what, 2020, 2021, 2022, right around there. He said human beings are now hackable. That's diabolical. Okay? So let's get this right here. Okay, this is 2 Corinthians, the second chapter, in verse 11. Lest Satan, Shaitan, which is what? These Edomites, all right? Now, yes, it could be the spiritual demon Satan, but we know that on this earth, that the Edomites, which is so-called white man, okay, that do the will of Satan, the will of the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side, to bring evil upon the earth. And one of those evils that these Edomites are going to do is bring in the MOTB technology, which is going to be like how we see with the Neuralink. Okay, it's going to be a chip interface that they're going to put into you, all right, the C-hip. They're going to put it into your head, your forehead, okay, or they're going to put it into your hand. And with that technology, it's going to have, your ID on there. It's going to have your money on there. It's going to have pretty much a tracking device on there. Like, you're going to be fully integrated into Esau's system as a slave when you take that C-hip. This is 2 Corinthians, the second chapter, verse 11. Lest Shaitan should get an advantage of us. Yeah, because if someone has an advantage over you, it's typically because they have a skill set, information, okay, physical features. That's typically how someone has an advantage over you, like height, muscle mass, fast twitch muscle fibers, intelligence, money, wealth. Those are all advantages, okay? And then in this example here, the advantage would be wisdom, okay? Lest Shaitan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant, right? Which goes into what? Ignorance is a lack of knowledge. For we are not ignorant of his devices. So yeah, we know how Satan moves, right? He uses women like Eve and Job's wife and King Solomon with his heathen concubine. So we know Satan, Shaitan, he likes using women. What else does he like using? Convenience, all right? He'll come to you like Satan, literally the spiritual angel, the evil angel Satan came to Yahweh Shai offering him the earth if he bent the knee to him. But obviously Yahweh Shai ain't with that, all right? So of course he denied the offer. So with this C-hip is going to be the same thing. It's going to be convenience. Like, oh, you don't have to worry about getting robbed and things will move faster and more efficiently and blah 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 blah. But guess what? These devils are gonna what? Let's get that scripture. What is that? This is Revelations, the 13th chapter, and verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. So what is this referring to? This is referring to these Edomites, which have their planes. Okay, they have planes, and now of course in modern day you have these super advanced fighter jets and drones and all that. But when warfare was starting to rapidly evolve during World War I and World War II and so on and so forth, even with what is those helium balloons? They used to what are those, the blimps? I think they're, blimps. Those don't really exist too much anymore. I saw them here and there as a child, in the early mid 2000s. And then even they go back even farther. They had blimps, I think, even in the 19th century or 18th century, they had blimps. But I believe the reason why they stopped using blimps was because it was either helium or something in them. And if they, if a fire went off or so, an explosion, it would be more catastrophic. So that's why they kind of went out of commission. But I'm pretty sure, I mean, I have to do my research, but I'm pretty sure that these devils were dropping some type of artillery from the sky from the blimps. Okay, so let's say it started from there, the blimps. Esau would make a bomb, drop it from the blimp, it hits the ground, it explodes, and it causes what? A fire. So that's him raining fire, making fire come down from heaven. Okay, because heaven just means, high up in the sky. Okay, like the fowls fly in heaven. Why? Because it's the sky. Now, of course, there's different forms of heaven. Like you have the second heaven, third heaven, so on and so forth. But that's a whole nother topic. So these Edomites, these devils, have been given a great sword. Okay, because it's not a normal thing when you look at human history to be 400, 500, 600 feet in the sky and drop a weapon, an object, and it hits the ground and it causes a massive explosion and it creates a fire. That's not normal. Okay, that's rapid advancement in warfare. Why? Because Yahweh wanted these devils to rapidly advance their warfare. And guess what? The elect is going to match and surpass these Edomites' military capabilities through spiritual power, being imbued with the spirit of Yahweh, like King David was, like King David's mighty men was, like Samson was, okay, like Judas Maccabees, right? They were imbued with that power. That power is going to come dramatically more than it's ever came before. Let's get that. What is that? Might be John, the 14th chapter. Yeah, this is John, the 14th chapter, St. John, the 14th chapter. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His real name is Yahweh Shai Mashiach, okay? In the Paleo-Hebrew tongue, which is ancient Hebrew, the holy tongue, all right? The Rakah Quadash, Lashawan Quadash of the heavens. This is John 14 chapter and verse 11. Believe me that I am in the Father and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. All right. So basically, believe me in faith or believe me with proof, because Thomas was an example of needing proof. Just that just goes to show you that you don't necessarily, you're going to have some of the elect not believe until there's proof, right? Which is the miracles, which is spiritual power. You're going to have a lot of the elect come in when they start seeing spiritual power, all right? When I mean spiritual power, I mean, miracles, like you see somebody's head's chopped off and a brother comes up, grabs the head, puts it back on his the neck, seals the wound, and then bring his spirit back in the body, or her spirit back in the body, and bring her back to life. You know, people are going to believe when they see things like that. With Thomas, he wanted to when Yahweh Shai resurrected. I'm not going to read it, but when Yahweh Shai resurrected, Thomas put his finger through the hole that was in Yahweh Shai's, I believe it was hand or his arm, to see that, oh yeah, this he got a hole in his hand, like this is really him. He came back to life, right? That gave him that assurance. So that's what Yahweh Shai is referring to. So it's not a wrong thing. It's not necessarily bad or negative. That you need a little bit more evidence to believe in the scriptures. Okay, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because as we can see, Thomas is what, still a part of the elect. Even Judas Maccabees, I mean not Judas Maccabees, Judas Iscariot, he sold out Yahweh Shai, and he's still part of the elect. So there you go. Of course, he kind of sort of redeemed himself by, hanging himself and throwing away the money or whatever. So this is let's finish this off right here. St. John 14 and 11, 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also. So, Yahweh Shai, what did he do? The most notable thing that comes to my mind is Yahweh Shai transfigured, right? Which is where you get these TV shows and these anime, manga, comic books where like Goku turning Super Saiyan, or what's another one? Danny Phantom going Ghost, or what's another one? Sonic turning Silver Sonic or Golden Sonic, or Naruto turning Sage 6 Pass mode, or QB mode, right? All these transformations, right? That's from the scriptures, right? That's real, all right? That's not make believe. They just copied what they read in the Bible, which is written by the Israelites for Israelites. Okay, so Yahweh Shai transformed, right? His clothes turned white. He was shining like the sun. So you're gonna have the elect out here transforming, all right? And guess what? It's gonna be a rude awakening for everybody that's not a part of the elect. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. So once Yahweh Shai dipped out, okay, he came on that chariot. He ascended on a chariot. And he sat on the right hand. Now the elect, they're going to have ridiculous power above what Yahweh Shai. The elect is going to be above Yahweh Shai when Yahweh Shai was on the earth in Jacob's trouble. Plain and simple. All right, we just read it. Now that being said, when we go into this MOTB system, let's get back to that. With this MOTB system, these devils are gonna bring in they're gonna bring in these robots. Okay, they're gonna have these cyborgs, which is a human that's been heavily modified with machinery. They're gonna have drones. They're gonna have all these other crazy capabilities, and they're gonna use that to police and control society when it's full-blown chaos. And their solution to quail the chaos, to calm things down and bring order, right? Order out of chaos. I think it's Latin, order out of chaos or whatever. Doesn't really matter, right? These devils are going to use that for the MOTB, right? They're going to say, oh, it's chaotic. People are living like animals, right? It's laws of the jungle. If you want to have some type of safety and you still want to be able to, function, right? Take this C-hip, take this chip, put this chip in you, right? Quick, easy, however they're going to market it. They're going to, before it get real, who knows when they're going to start making it a thing, right? It may not instantly be mandatory. It may just be optional, then become mandatory. We'll see. Let's what was that? Revelations 13 and 16? Revelations 13 and 16 And verse 14, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And the image of the beast is Esau's system, all right, which is the way of their life. Okay, the bread and circus, their politics, their that pretty much sums it up right there with their politics, their belief system, and the image of the beast is particularly going to be with Babylon the Great, and they're going to push this technocratic, a technocracy. The technocracy is really already here, but they're going to push it more. They're going to push it further. That's why they're coming with the digital ID and the tokenization and the CBDC. Okay. And if you're not with it, they're already calling people T heiress, right? You know what I mean? Errorism, errorism, right? They're calling people that ain't that are going after these data centers. Okay, they're going after those people that are going after those data centers by calling them T, you know what? And guess what? That's going to escalate to where when people fight back against this technocracy, they're just going to kill them. All right, that's what this is. That image of the beast, the technocracy. If you're not with it, they're going to kill you. Verse 15, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. So you a billionaire, or you're negative negative a billion. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So you locked up, or you're out in the open, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, which is the C hip is going to be a literal technology. All right, it's going to be a technological thing. It's going to be a physical thing. It's going to be physically implanted into your body, right? The C hip. That no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, which is all the same thing, okay, which is the C hip. And at that point, it's going to be total chaos, right? Yahweh's going to bring total chaos. And these people, they already got it. They got, what is it, Operation Garden Plot, and they got a lot. It's so many different operations that have been leaked that they're preparing when this chaos comes, all right? So that's it. Otto One Rotterdam's edifying Shalom.